They envisioned a summer wedding with a fancy dinner and dancing, and shelled out big bucks to save the date.
Our second deposit, $2,600.
All told, Calvin Chan and Joyce Fung put down over $10,000 to secure their dream wedding venue just north of Toronto. They signed a contract to hold the event last July, but the pandemic sucker punched the wedding industry. To push the event ahead a year, the venue asked for another $5,000.
And I said, that's ridiculous because you can't even fulfill your end of this contract.
Their wedding plans left at the altar, the couple says their deposit should be returned.
The contract wasn't fulfilled. That is what it is, and money should be refunded.
Money is one thing, but it's the amount of stress, the amount of frustration that we had to deal with I think that was the hardest part to get through.
The owner of the wedding venue says he's been left in the lurch too.
We have people that are suing us and saying, I have to wear a mask and my bar closes at 10 o'clock and I'm not allowed to dance and I have to social distance. These are not our faults.
And says the contract is clear. Deposits are not refundable.
Nobody knew this was going to be like this. So it kind of puts the brakes on everybody just getting up and leaving.
This is not a cheap venue, and this is not somewhere where I've budgeted to afford this beautiful place, and to be treated like this as a client was very frustrating.
This lawyer says frustrated bridal couples are reaching out daily.
At the end of the day, a business is a business and it runs its own risks as it functions, and couples should not be expected to bear that burden.
Legal arguments she and others will soon make in court will be open to brand new pandemic interpretation, she says, like one clause sure to be hotly debated, the term force majeure in many wedding contracts. It deals with unexpected events beyond a venue's control. Courts may also be asked to determine whether a contract was frustrated, meaning what was agreed to in the contract would now be radically different.
Anyone who's sort of dealing with wedding contracts, a judge, a lawyer, couples, no one's really lived through a pandemic. And so this is new territory. We have old law that we can rely on, but it's never been used in this context.
Joyce Fung and Calvin Chan say they've been forced to take a wedding date this June at their venue, but still don't think they'll be allowed 100 guests by then.
I am so over this process. I think that it's just left such a poor taste in my mouth.
Instead, the couple says they'll keep pushing to get their money back, and now say they plan to make it legal in a small ceremony surrounded by family. Confident this past year has shown them they can thrive in good times and bad. Erica Johnson, CBC News, Vancouver.